Hi everyone, I am Rajni Gupta and I welcome you all to my presentation on leadership in dental practice. Before getting in detail about the topic, let's think of a situation in which a patient disrespects one of his team members. What would you do if you were a leader of that dental clinic? Would you take patient's side and start blaming your team members for start of an argument, or you would take your team's side and ignore patient's dissatisfaction? If I happen to be in the situations like this, here is what I would do. First, I would listen to both sides and gather right information regarding the issue. If it seems to be patient's mistake, I would take team member's side and stand for him or her. Doing this will help me to develop trust and improve the bond throughout the team member. However, I would also put an effort to explain and make patient understand about the dissatisfaction he might have faced. But if its team members' behavior or action that made patient behave in a certain way, immediate action would be taken. Leadership in gender practice is set up by different people. As there is no specific theoretical definition that includes all the characteristics of a strong leadership, but it is an important requirement for a successful healthcare delivery and development of entire healthcare systems. I feel leadership is all about influencing one or a group of individuals. Encouraging and motivating personality, strong mindset, and right attitudes is all required for a good leadership. Today in this presentation, firstly we will be discussing about the definition of leadership in dental practice and the importance of leadership in dentistry required for today's fast-growing world. Secondly, we will be briefly highlighting about the type of leadership I would prefer to practice in dental environment, and then I will also critique and discuss about the preferred leadership style. Then finally, I will summarize about the characteristics that are required to be a good leadership in dental practice, which will help to influence and motivate clinicians and dental assistants to work towards optimizing and implementing high quality dental care. Now let's start with the definition of leadership in dentistry. The leadership word simply means lead, which implies I am a leader and I lead others who follow me voluntarily. The process of leading is the act of influencing the thinking, attitude, feeling, and behavior of a small or a large group of individuals in such a way that they are motivated to do their best to achieve a common goal. Leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a goal. Clearly, the way for many people to engage in the decision making process is a key component of effective leadership. It can also be regarded as a type of personality that someone can adapt to or someone born with it. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the action of leading a group of people or an organization is defined as leadership. According to W.C.S. Prentice, effective leadership takes a personal interest in long-term development of the employees and use tact and other social skills to encourage employees to achieve their best. After understanding about lots of definition given by different authors, I came to a conclusion that leadership in dental practice is someone who cares and helps to evolve others, influencing and contributing surrounded by him, and has strived to meet his future goals. I feel leadership is all about influencing one or a group of individuals, encouraging and motivating personality, strong mindset, and right attitude is all about that is required to be a good leader.
Why I think leadership in dental practice is important. The leadership position entails putting the need of society ahead of interest of general dentist. The capabilities of dentistry to care towards others and to retain its autonomy must ultimately be protected. Strong leadership in the field is therefore very essential because the effectiveness of a clinic leadership may depend on the use of ethics to advise or lead team members as well as to connect with the customers and different stakeholders. There are a few points that explains why leadership in dental clinic is important, like it helps to provide and share knowledge about the aims and objective of a clinic, which will help in team retention. All this can possibly be happening if the leader has a good vision and communication skill to share and carry the goals to his team. It will also help him assist in identifying capabilities of individual. If leader discovers a means to ignite members' ability, the level of confidence will ultimately improve. Individuals naturally improve their relationship with the team members as they will progress their way up under good leadership. This eventually will lead to build confidence within them and put their best for the organization, resulting in less turnover. The better leadership will also help in job satisfaction and positive environment in the dental clinic. A leader makes his followers to participate and contribute in different decision making processes, which ultimately leads to job satisfaction. This also contributes in creating positive environment in the dental clinic. For example, reviewing employees' work performance and motivating them to work for the team will help them think that they are part of the organization and motivate them for their personal development like promotion or higher position. Similarly, to maintain good relationship with the stakeholders or patients, a strong leader with intellectual and relationship knowledge is necessary. Leadership in dentistry needs the ability to communicate and run the tasks by the help of different stakeholders for smooth running of the workplace. A strong leader is always important in a dental setup to draw in and maintain customers while limiting the effects of an economic crisis on income. For example, in the time of COVID 19, a successful leader will help to stabilize, organize, and effortlessly provide quality healthcare for the patients. Effective leaders inspire their people to exceed expectations, work towards commercial, cultural, and emotional excellence, and develop novel ideas. This kind of leadership may be used in democratic settings to better world. However, if one strategy for business is to become a reality, staff members must comprehend that idea to be driven to invest and participate in it. For this, a competent leader will build strong foundation for his team members that the organization or the dental clinic is in the right hands. It is very important as they will have a sense of having someone as a leader to handling problems and challenges when in time of need. Leadership has a major influence in safety, healthcare delivery, and clinical environment. Leadership is required at very level of the office to meet the challenges of the managing staff and influencing patients' behavior on a daily basis. Therefore, a leader is important who can turn and guide team members to meet target, agendas, roles, ideas for and act as a follower. However, having a good leader is beneficial in many ways. A bad or destructive leadership will always be associated with negative outcomes. There is a negative impact in dental setup due to poor leadership and which will lead to performance of the dental teams as well as result in the goals of a clinical setup. There is negative impact which may lead to unmanaged schedules, poor team morals and no motivation. There might happen internal defeat and dissatisfaction between the team members, which ultimately lead to frequent turnover by the employees. This will result in a stressful and negative working environment. Therefore, it's very important to have a good and a strong leadership for a dental setup.
The struggle to consider everyone's viewpoint is one of the most difficult aspects of a leadership. Fortunately, there is a style of leadership that takes team members' ideas and opinions into consideration. Democratic leadership. Yes, democratic leadership is an excellent starting point when you are seeking for original answers and various approaches to problem solving. Democratic leadership style simply means participation of team members taking their opinions and work together. I always believe in taking team together, growing together so that their best can be brought out. So according to me, democratic leadership style is what I would prefer to choose and apply for the clinical practice in dentistry. I believe a leadership in dental practice should value the input and ideas of the team members but appreciate the final decision making responsibilities. Asking of the opinion method makes the employee feel that they are valued and their presence is important, which helps to boost their morale and encourage them to be ambitious, fruitful, and effective in their working environment. The democratic leadership involves more about participation type leadership in which the employee can easily get adapted to the challenges and the changes made by their leaders as they have already been discussed and asked for their ideas about the situation. They will have participation in the process of change. So, why do you think why I chose democratic leadership style among all of others? There are many reasons for choosing democratic leadership styles because it involves high participation of team members. And effective democratic leadership is marked by a high level of employee engagement. In order to achieve this type of leadership, a team needs to be involved in decision making. In democratic organizations, the leaders actively motivate and push his associates to think creatively and bring up with new ideas and thoughts. The leader listens actively to suggestions put forward by them so that they feel valued and secure. Secondly, it involves many minds working to solve a single problem. Various ideas are being generated. Innovative thinking create approach to fixing issues and distinguished solutions may emerge from this. Democratic leaders also promote their team's members' autonomy. This type of leadership makes it possible for team members with various perspectives to express ideas that might not have previously been considered. It is also important or preferred because it helps team members to get adapted to changes and challenges. This leads to provide spirit to the stand together when challenges are knocking the door, involve team members in problem solving and eliminate the rate of turnover by the employees. Despite Despite the possibilities of free flow of ideas on a democratic environment, there are some drawbacks associated with this type of leadership style, like slow in decision making. When the time comes to make a fast decision, there might be delay in the decision making process, which could be one of the major drawbacks of this kind of leadership. Possibly to ignore expertise. Being a democratic leader, it understands each idea must be taken seriously, irrespective of team members' level of competence. Difference difficulties in acceptance. The majority of opinions and ideas presented by others are probably not going to be accepted. Most of the concepts that are proposed won't materialize if the team decides on a particular outcome or a combination of answers. It might also sometimes promote favoritism. So, though there are most of the advantages of democratic leadership style, there are also some disadvantages that have been mentioned here. Depending on the organizational structure of the dental industry, certain qualities could be addressed while analyzing leadership. Like at a strategic level, leadership is more worried about mechanism and international level and governing social political dental challenges. In second stage, he should be exploring about the dental organization, hospitals, as well as significant dental departments. Now, at the operational level, team members, groups, or department leadership is handled while highlights aspects of practice such as reception area, minor to major surgical procedure, and so on. Then the tactile level that comes after referral to connection primarily between the co-workers and the leadership. The individual level explains that leadership is required for a specific problem related to one's personal progress within the context of the dental profession. Aside of all of these, simply a leadership should have a good communication skill with his team members and all of the people around him for the better care of the patient and for a positive working environment. He should also believe in for future goals, norms, and values. There should always be transparency within the team members as well as with other people around him, as well as with the patients. He should always be encouraging, creative, energetic, and highly productive. There should be diversity in the idea and always have a positive attitude to whom it's easy to talk with and work with. To summarize very quickly, leadership in a practice or any other field has been presented in more complicated way than it looks. It is easy to adapt and simple to manage. Present world full of innovations and appreciation requires democratic leadership style. It is more important these days to keep the team happy, satisfied, and motivated. Though there are many drawbacks of this kind of leadership, this style is best for today's fast running world and to work together as a team. Hence, it is a topic of no discussion that the role of leader is that the practice is important for the betterment of the health system overall and to have a long term vision. Thank you.